All right, everybody. This is CBSI Presents Tales from Flipside number 94. Today is November 18th, 2019. We are 6 shows away from 100. I'm Dino. I'm the man with the stash. So, boys, introduce yourselves.
Don't have a list tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and go.
Okay.
John Z back. Not sporting the shades tonight, so good to see everyone.
Brian McClay, chilling. Make sure you guys check out Table Breaks. If you guys want to join in, hit us up.
Hey, P-Dubs here, tuning in.
And Ben's ready.
Ben's got some internet issues, so we don't know. I let him
Ben's in Ohio. We don't judge him.
I just scored an epic box of cards. So we'll see how that goes.
Uh-oh. You're obsessed. What happened, Dino?
I know, it's terrible. So
I haven't bought cards in probably 4 weeks.
Oh, come on, brother. I got better pickups, so I can throw on the pickups. So I got actually comic book pickups in like
you don't.
Let's go.
Before we start pickups, let's let everybody know tonight, you guys, we have a cool variant to give away. We have the Folklords #1 CBSI variant from Boom Studios. That is limited to just 500 copies. If you guys want one of these books, go to Comic Book Invest now or comicbookinvest.com now to get your copies. You can also get a cool variant bundle where you get the color copy and the looks like the black and white, but this one that we're talking about right now is the black and white / color copy. Kind of cool, has that kind of like that J. Scott Campbell Black Panther book design where it's the foreground is in color, the background's in black and white. So we are going to be giving away one of these books tonight. So join us in the chat and, kind of talk it up and, have fun with us. And we'll find somebody to give this book away to. Other than that, make sure you guys go check out comicbookinvest.com.
Good stuff. I want to give a shout out too real quick to Downright Nerdy Podcast. I was on their Star Trek The Next Generation Season 2 review this weekend. So shout out to Michael for having me. We didn't screw up bad enough. He is going to let me come back. So
I was going to ask, how'd it go? I mean, what was it like? Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a blast. I didn't realize that it was just going to be the two of us. Luckily, I realized it before the show started. But so
you watched all of Season 2 in a day?
No, I was just trying to work out an outline throughout the week, so I didn't give him too much dead air and sit there and just kind of say, yeah, it's good. I like Star Trek too. But no, it went well, really smooth, and really nice guy. So I appreciate him having me on, letting me give shout outs to all our CBSI Flipside page, the website, Facebook page, all that good stuff. So great guy. Check him out if you got a chance. And
what was your opinion? Was Season 2 good or bad, or was it hit its stride?
It was kind of like the stock market, up, down, up, down. But there were some really good episodes. There were some that we just both agreed we'd skip. There's nothing really to talk about because the reason he's reviewing them is the Picard show is coming to. They're making a new Star Trek show coming out in January that's going to focus on Captain Picard. So he's reviewing the seasons to kind of do like a character analysis of him as a captain and a person. So it was good. It was really nice. I had fun trying to scramble my memory and skim through some Netflix episodes and stuff. So,
well, one of the things that we kind of talked about on the Hot 10 show this week is that we're trying to do something a little bit more on this with our group. Is that kind of be a little bit more about community and talk about the cool people that are creating shows out there and doing cool stuff on YouTube. So if you guys know of people that are doing cool shows out there, hit us up. Let us know about those shows. And if you're a creator out there that's doing those shows, hit us up also. Let's come hang out and be on the show, and let's figure out ways to help each other. And even if not that, let's just figure out ways to enjoy each other and do cool stuff. So make sure you guys hit us up.
Yeah, speaking of that, Michael has kind of open invitation. So if you're a Star Trek fan and you didn't know about his series reviews, check him out. Downright Nerdy Podcast. Send him a message on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and he'll send you the schedule and see if you can just hop on and give your opinion.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, respect for that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if he takes Paul, then he'll take anybody.
Exactly.
That's true.
Well, we were trying to trade Paul for a box of bag and boards, but we haven't made that deal yet.
I think we're hell.
So that offer's open out there, but let's see. Back to Dino, who actually had some comics today.
I do have comics. So our lofty guys at CBSI sent me a nice little pack of comics. Let's see what we got here. So Ben C actually hooked me up and sent me a bunch of comics. So he sent me a bunch of CBSI exclusives. So Queen of the Bad Dreams, #1. This is number 217 out of 500. I do like how they're all personally numbered out to 500 and got a sticker on it, seal of approval.
That's way nicer than writing it on the book or not knowing how many there are.
Has anybody tried to take the book out?
I think it just.
You want me to?
It's a Mylar. It's a Mylar bag and a half back. So I mean,
they're nice.
There's pretty impossible to get a sticker off of Mylar.
It's a scratch and sniff sticker too.
Yeah, they're gonna rip right in half. I mean, I didn't pull it, but I know
it is a nice touch that they do.
Yeah. He sent me a Woven Heart, a very
the Woven Heart 1 variant, the Virgin version.
Yep.
I like that cover.
And then look at this. This is a regular.
It's a Tomb of Dracula 10 kind of swipe.
Yeah.
So that main character's got a Zatanna feel to me.
Yep. Those are both number 52. He sent me a Seer of the Royal Stars and the Royal Stars.
Wonder Woman 1 swipe.
Yep, that's number 117. And he sent me, look at this boy, the old heist book.
Yeah, which is a nice Eternals 1 variant. So.
And the cats are trying to kill each other. Number 117. So no, it was cool books. I'm actually I'll give them away. So.
Yeah, and those books, if you guys want any of those books, go to Comic Book Invest, like we were talking about, and get some. And
if you want to take a chance, I'll start raffling them off every time we're on the show or something. I'll even do card breaks or something. Who knows? Because I'm crazy like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna get nuts though.
And a portion of all our proceeds go to different charities, so that's something cool as well.
Yeah, very cool.
And then
a lot of times I know they go to the St. Jude's Hospital, but he mixes up.
Man, that's a terrible charity.
Oh, is that Matt King I see in the chat? Welcome,
Matt
brother.
King, what up, brother? Yo, let's go.
Big shout out to Chuck. That's my homeboy Chuck. That is the man with the plan and the amazing comic books. That's for damn sure. So.
The Chuck.
Where's your boy?
Chuck.
Where's your boy Kyle at, man?
Kyle's around. I saw him. He's definitely listening. He's watching. He just hasn't said anything yet.
He's lurking in the shadows.
He's lurking. Everybody's lurking in the channel. In the channel, man. 16 watches. Let's go. Like and subscribe these things. We got to start pumping our numbers up. We got rookie numbers here.
I see Ozzy floating in the chat.
Real quick.
To watching.
Dino brought up Kyle. I want to give a big shout out to Absolute Geek. They really tried to give that book away.
I tried to put it in the chat and get 30 people in there.
Yeah. So this upcoming Friday, you guys, go check out the Absolute Geek podcast. They do it at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Arizona time, and it's just a nerd culture comic book kind of podcast where we just joke around. It's just a bunch of friends here in Arizona that are just having a good time. But they're giving away one of these Spawn Alamo Draft House books for free. If you guys come check out the show, if they get 30 viewers, at one time, and you're a subscriber to the show, and you're in the chat, you guys will get a chance at winning that book. So it's just going to be random. As soon as they get 30 viewers, anybody who's in the chat that says what's up will be added into the list, and we'll randomize it and pick a winner. So if you want one of those Alamo Draft House cool ass McFarlane books, go get over there and check out Absolute Geek Podcast.
And if that doesn't work next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the Best Buy and go to the laptop computer section and just log into YouTube on 30 different computers. So I'll make it happen one way or the other.
And that's a pretty sweet book they're trying to give away, so just check them out.
It is. It's beautiful. So
I hope it's not my I got my headphones in, so I don't know what the echo is.
Yeah, I'm gonna change them. That could be my speaker, so I'm gonna go change that real quick while you guys are doing pickups. So I'll be right back.
I didn't hear anything, so I don't know.
It could be, who knows? I can't hear anything, but something happened. Yeah, McClay left. That's what happened.
Oh, so it's all McClay's fault, not Paul.
Thank God.
Surprising.
Who wants to go? Anybody else got any cool pickups?
Yeah, I got some pickups.
Okay, you want to go?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Z?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm here. Not rocking the shades this week. We'll see how it goes next week.
I'm waiting for you just to make a dark cave in there, like the Bat Cave, and be ominous.
Hold on, I just looked in your background. There's change in the back behind, like over your right shoulder. There's like toys now on the wall.
Oh, they've been there. I think I've just moved it over a bit. That's my. We got a little shrine to Teen Titans Go. So
okay, it looks a little different.
Yeah, I'm trying to change stuff up. So we'll see if I can keep it up. Ben C also hooked me up with some Comic Book Invest exclusives. I'll just throw one out there because he listened. Because last time I was butthurt that I got like a number 200 out of 250, number 5. So thanks, Ben. Happy to have it, and thank you for helping us out. I got 2 books this week. You guys will go new or old first?
New.
Let's go new to old. That's how I usually do it.
All right. I do not buy a lot of modern variants, but Paul I knew this was out there, but Paul kind of pushed me upon it to kind of put it back on my watch list as it's been out a little bit and finally got some 9/8 popping up.
Uh-oh.
But I picked up the Crow / number 1 Virgin variant. This is a Crutchfield cover, and I just thought it was one of the nicest looking Crow books I've seen in a really long time.
It could almost pass for a Joker-esque.
I'm happy.
It is. It's very Brandon Lee looking Crow as well, so that's kind of nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that was a hack / crossover.
No, it definitely does. On the back, it kind of shows it, but if you're going to buy a Virgin variant, that's
is that the back or the front?
This is the front. This is the back that they put all the title info on.
Huh.
So,
okay. Can you reveal your price for that bad boy?
Yeah, I think I paid.
Because I wouldn't pay more than $50, I guess. I don't know.
I think I paid 64, 65 shit.
Not bad. There you go.
Can you get a close up of that? Can you get a close up of that for the viewers?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Who's the artist on it?
Crutchfield.
Oh, Crutchfield. Yeah.
So that is a nice sketch cover. It's not. That's a sketch cover, but that's a beautiful book.
Yeah, fingerprints, a little dirt, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a white cover. I'm not saying it's the hardest book to get 9/8 in, but
no. But I've been watching it since it came out. Saw a couple 9/8s and saw one hit a nice price, and I went for it.
When did it come out?
Yeah, when did it come out?
That was actually 6/19, so it's about 5-6 months old.
Oh,
so it's the Den of the Damned edition. It must be a shop of some description. So. Pretty book. It takes a lot for modern variant to kind of catch my eye, especially to spend a 9/8 on them. So I did that. The other book I bought is a classic cover. I'm actually replacing a copy I sold. I had a 4.0 of this book for about 2 years, and I sold it at a price I couldn't refuse. I bought it back in a 3.0 for about a third of the price that I sold the 4.0 at, so I was very happy with that. It is a Captain Marvel Jr. number 4.
Beautiful book, man. I don't see how that's a 3.0. It's very eye appeal.
Oh, great eye appeal. It's a single staple book, and it has a little tear here that you really can't see unless you're up close.
Really, yeah.
So you can kind of see it there.
Is that the date stamp too?
No,
On the top right?
That's just the date actually on the cover.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
surprising.
Printed on there. So this is a classic Macroboy cover. really nice color on this one too. So for a 3.0, this presents amazing. And just really happy to have it back in the collection and at a good price.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is definitely probably my favorite or second favorite of Captain Marvel Jr. covers. So nice kind of war cover.
That's awesome.
You got any more?
That is it today. I had some stuff at the post office. I didn't get a chance to pick it up.
Yeah, people are loving that cover, man. You 2 covers tonight that people are loving.
People are talking about the Crow in the chat. Who are you?
Oh, the Crow back again, top 10.
I think that this is kind of a pretty common thing, right? Z, where people feel like the Crow #1 is more sought after than Caliber Presents.
It is. It's just it's such a better cover. Caliber Presents is a great book, but the Crow one cover is just, it has that Crow gothic brooding feel to it. It just is, I mean, it displays beautifully. If you look up there halftime, I'll have one displayed. I don't have one today, sadly, but it just is, it's iconic. Simple, plain, but iconic. So
Very much so.
William in the chat's asking if that's a homage at all.
the Captain Marvel Jr.? Not that I'm aware of. I suppose it could be to something, but not that I can easily place.
Yeah. 2 nice books.
It's from 1943, so there's not a ton of books before it.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Anybody else got anything?
I got one book.
Okay, I'll go after you.
Yeah, and it's a you probably it's nothing like Z's or anything like that. But I actually won a Facebook raffle, which is probably rare in itself. But it's not a big book or anything like that. But it's one of the few recent J. Scott Campbell books that I actually like, and so that's the only reason I even put in on it. But it's the Black Cat Noir.
Ooh, beautiful.
So it's the
Homage to
yeah. And it was a 9.8, so I put in a little bit and I won it. So I was like, that'll go good with all my other Black Cat Campbell 9.8s that I seem to have. I don't know how I keep getting all the Campbell 9.8s on these Black Cats, but
good win, man.
Hey, don't complain, man. There's way worse things to have.
yeah, I guess.
Is that the homage from like the wine posters from old French?
Yeah, some French. Yeah, it's not new for sure. It's an old,
from like the late 1800s, early 1900 type.
Yeah,
thing.
something. I remember what it is, but I can't place it like off the top of my head. But yeah, it's definitely an old thing or whatever. But yeah, so that's my big one pickup.
Very cool. You got anything tonight, Paul?
Nothing. I got
the
link in the mail, but no comment.
All right. So I don't know if there was many people. I don't know. I think it was just a couple of us for the last Flipside. I know Z was out, and Ben forgot it was Monday.
Was it in Sunglass, the last one?
Man, maybe. Did you guys see this? Did I show you guys the Switchblade?
Yes.
I didn't.
So I showed you the Witchblade, and then I showed you the Finch Con or RRP. So those are
I didn't remember seeing before then.
Yeah. So all right. So here's some more stuff that I got. I got the this is a book that I look for every time I go hunting, especially in dollar bins. You'll see it a lot, and people don't realize, but I think it's one of the most beautiful Adam Hughes covers. And this was a green label. That's obviously he signed it, but they did it a green label. So I got it for like $20 bucks.
Those are always a steal on some of those.
Yeah. It's the X-Men Classic Phoenix, Dark Phoenix cover that he did. It's a reprint X-Men story with a new cover. And of course he signed it. But it's a 9.2 and it was, $25. So I said, screw it, I'll buy it.
Signature, I think.
Yeah. And it's just, that's one of my favorite covers. I have a ton of these in raw, but they also have a newsstand variant of this. And I like how it's got her in the box down here, but they also have a newsstand variant.
Ozzy told me about that run. It's one of those I just had never heard of, and he's like, "Yeah, there's quite a few
If you guys
Hughes covers in there."
there's
That's
also
signed by Hughes, right?
it's signed by Hughes, and so he did like 12 covers from 60 something to 80 or something, and they're all really nice covers. And then, so if you guys don't know, make sure you guys look for these. There's the X-Men Classic, and then there's the Marvel Classics, where McFarlane did a bunch of covers early on in McFarlane's, and he does like some X-Men stuff. So there's some really cool McFarlane covers in these, I don't know what you would call these series, where they do the reprints and all that stuff, but there's a couple of them. So this is a really cool Adam Hughes cover. I really love his early, his not super early stuff, but a couple of years into it type thing when he first came over to the bigs.
Yeah, he was kind of getting the style.
Yeah, he was getting a style. You can really see it in his face, and it's just really clean and just cool looking. So,
I mean, that it kind of looks about the range of when he was doing some of the Legionnaire stuff.
That's exactly the same time period that this was. So,
he was
very cool.
Into this cheesecake, but it was a little more, I guess, cartoony.
Yep. Yeah, this was in 1993. Holy cow.
Yeah, I got actually. I can go in my closet right now. I got a couple Legionnaire books. I can graded.
Beautiful books. So I got that. That's that. Let me put this away here real quick. I'm one of those guys that's got to put these damn things back in the bags. I think they sell Mylars for these, right? That just look amazing.
I don't know why you don't have them.
Yeah, I need to buy some. All right, and then I got a couple. So this, I was really stoked talking about. J. Scott Campbell, and I have these covers raw, but I don't have them graded, and I don't think they would come back at 9.8. But I couldn't believe I picked this up for less than $150. 9.8 of the J. Scott Campbell G.I. Joe covers. Baroness.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I was really stoked about that, and now I just got to go get the Scarlet one find it for a decent price, but. I don't think you can go wrong with that. I mean, that's beautiful. That's back when Campbell was. I mean, he wasn't, doing every 2 books that come out. So, just really cool looking cover. I love these. Very hard to find, especially in the wild and raw and that type of thing.
That book went up for a little bit too.
Yeah, I don't know why it was so cheap, and they had it on a buy it now for 150. I think it was like 140 something dollars, and like just under 150. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll take it. And it just popped up. So
it's not the flavor of the week right now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The current market, find the book that they forgot about and get it while you can.
Did you just stumble upon it, or did you have it like in saved searches?
I have this. This is one of the books I have in my saved searches, so I always look for it. All right.
That'd be creepy to see everybody save searches. Especially Paul.
So this is kind of crazy. I think I told the guys about this before we were recording. I sold a couple of the Gore Shriek books that I had gotten. And I just put them up there, and I sold them to some dude. And whenever I sell books, I just try and throw a couple freebies in everything. And usually they're books I don't have bagged and boarded. So I went to go grab a couple books out of that, short box that I got for freebies, and I grabbed a book, and it just kind of fell off to me. And this is how I don't know about you guys. This is about how I find all my covers like this. And it just felt a little off, felt like it just didn't feel right. So I checked it out, and it was a double cover. And Thundercats #1, double cover.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I was pretty stoked. This is from the Star run, which of course, and it's just in beautiful condition. It's got one little spine break, and I talked about this to Ben S on the it's either the Hot 10 show or one of the table break shows that he did with us, and he reminded me that they grade the inside cover, right, Ben?
Yeah.
So I mean that's even better. So this could come back a much better grade with them grading the inside cover, hopefully. So I'm going to send this one off to Sean this upcoming week, and hopefully we'll see if it can grade well and I can flip it.
I had a while where I was collecting double covers, and I had some nice books, and I regret getting rid of them, man. Oh God, I regret it.
So I have this in a double cover. I have the X Factor 5, which is the cameo of Apocalypse.
Nice.
In a double cover. And then there's a couple other books I got a double cover, but I found them all just by like either rebagging and boarding and be like, oh, this kind of feels weird. And then, you know what I mean? That's how I found them, at least.
Well, I mean, I have my Frazetta clown cover double.
Yes. I can't believe that.
Actually, probably the most valuable one I let go that I shouldn't have too early was I had a Brave and the Bold 57, the first Metamorpho.
Oh, okay, yeah.
God,
Well, this one's kind of crazy. And I'm just now realizing what's in it. So again, here's just happened to find out what's going on with this book just by.
I thought you were going to say a Stig.
No. So this came as a freebie. It's kind of funny. I'm talking about putting freebies in books and finding the double cover. This came as a freebie in a book I'm going to show you next. But he had a bunch of floppy books in there, and just threw them for free. And I kind of saw it as G.I. Joe. I'm like, I've never seen that. And on it, it says, it's got the Hasbro thing, right? And it says EA Sports on it. I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of weird. And I opened up the inside cover, and it says, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra Helix Special EA Edition. First printing. So this is something that they must have given out as a freebie somewhere, kind of like that Resident Evil Capcom one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, being a G.I. Joe fan and not seeing this, it was kind of cool. And then I was just holding it for just now, and it's got this insert in it. It looks like some kind of poster. It's like a really thick poster, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a big, huge. Wow. Oh, no shit. Look at this.
You found a centerfold.
That's kind of cool. Big, huge snake eyes pull out.
Dang.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, not bad. So if anybody knows anything about this book, it's actually the back cover is the centerfold. So if anybody knows much about this, let me know. Let me know.
Maybe a GameStop.
Yeah, that might be a GameStop. Good call, William Hell. Is it? I'm gonna. If I say your last name wrong, I'm sorry, man. William Hellwell. Jesus, we're just gonna call you Huel. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Joe, I do. No kids around here. All right. So EA Sports, thank you, brother. Maybe it came out of EA Sports. All right, so this was the book that I got, and I'm a big fan of Spawn, and I love grabbing the crazy Spawn stuff, and I finally got my hands on one of those guys.
Oh, the previews.
Yeah, the previews. This is from March of 1992. The first guest cover appearance of Spawn, maybe. I don't know. I got to find out if this came out before Malibu Sun 13, but it is in just beautiful condition.
You know who probably did an article on that?
Who?
Topher.
Well, are you ready for this?
Invest.com.
Yeah, the one and only.
True First. Are you shitting me? Oh, crap. Do I need to buy one now?
You're going to have to buy one now, my friend. Look at that.
Oh, crap. Is that the kitchen sink version? Is
it
that
is.
What that's advertising?
It is. Kitchen. No, it says Tundra.
No way.
An all-new explosive conclusion, The Crow, Volume 3, Death. Available May 1992.
Boy, oh, so that's the first trade print where that's the first time that the story ends.
Wow.
Fudge.
Yeah.
So of course it had to be on the Spawn book. Shit. You're gonna have to shoot me the details on that so I can go buy one.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked about it. And then this is all right. So here's the other two that I got. Ready? So this one's really cool. This is my second copy I own of this. This is super hard to find. I only time I've ever found it is I found it twice on eBay, and I don't think they knew what they were putting up. So this is the Yeah. So I think this was in part of like a Walmart or something thing where they were for the Daredevil movie back when Jennifer Garner was Elektra, and they reprinted 168, but they put is this Greg Horn cover?
Yeah, that's a Greg Horn.
Yeah, they mixed the Greg Horn and the 168 cover, and this is just such a beautiful cover, especially with the old school Daredevil trade dress in the background, and they just they made this look beautiful and really tough to find, especially in decent grade. There we go. I think this is in the DVD. Ozzy threw up a nice little.
Yeah, Ozzy has had a few, I think.
Yeah. So this is the second one that I found, and I fucking love this cover.
First of all, I'm gonna
report sell pretty well.
Yeah,
they sell better than the Daredevil show, but they sell pretty well.
I'm gonna report you because it says not for resale, so you're fucked, buddy.
So I got that, and then this one was kind of cool. You guys are gonna love this. So it's still in the poly bag. This is one of the few books I'll probably won't pull out of the poly because it's got like a backing.
You already told Doc Joe you pull out.
This one I'm not, but don't worry, Doc. This is
Plan B.
Shooting some blanks tonight, I guess.
Yes. Well, after all the cannabis, I don't think that there's much in there anymore.
It's in a bag, so we're okay.
Yeah. So this is like I said, poly bag, double poly bagged.
Oh man! Oh goodness!
Yeah, well, then you're safe. You're real safe. Double poly bagged.
So there you go, guys. Ultimate Alliance.
The Ultimate Alliance.
The Del Auto cover, not for resale. Ultimate Alliance, the part 2, the Del Auto cover, the little Del Auto mini is actually easy to get. Just look for used copies of the video game, and usually they'll be in there, so you can find them for cheap on eBay. So I bought a bunch of those back in the day, but this one was just really hard to find.
I remember, wasn't it the one that Tony picked up at India a couple years ago for like $50?
Yes, this is that exact same book, and I just threw it on I threw it on a search list and didn't check it for a while, and I just happened to check it, and it and it just it popped up. So yeah, man. Shout out to Heartless Art, man. Thank you for coming on the show the other night, man.
That's one that Tony sold, and I wish I would have bought.
Should have.
Yeah.
I think I was the underbidder. I didn't go hard enough.
Yeah, I was really stoked for this, and you guys don't want to know what I got it for. I got it for way too cheap.
Oh yeah, probably. It's one of those books nobody remembers about until they see it and go, "Oh, yeah, I want that." Yeah,
and then this is a couple things out of a video we did last night. Me, Heartless, and Dino, we did a table breaks video, and you guys can go check that out. But I pulled a couple pulls out of there. I pulled a Mike Trout 1 in 250 refractor, which is nice, out of a Topps Chrome box. And then I pulled this Ian, let's see here, what's his name? Ryan Helsley. Doc Joe, this is an Oklahoma kid. This kid's out of Oklahoma, grew up in Oklahoma, went to an all Native American high school out there. So I figured I'd show you this if this is somebody, I don't know, maybe you guys are following this kid. So big shout out to the Collectibles. They tell me about all the young and upcoming baseball products by following their show. So, and then I was going through some old cards the other day, and I ended up finding one of these.
Whoa!
Yeah, pull the Bo rookie out of some old cards. It's not centered very well, but you can't go wrong with the Bo Jackson rookie. So very heavy pickups for me this week, so wasn't too bad.
So I have a random topic discussion that we don't need to do tonight, but just it's been sitting on my mind.
Oh goodness. Yes, you need to get back into cards.
No, it's cards to comics.
Okay.
So the cards sell a lot because of all these limited sets, 1 of 25, 1 of 5, 1 of 250.
Yeah, it's like a ratio. Yeah.
Okay, but with cards, there's 10 or 12 different companies make these cards and 10 or 12 sets in it. How is that different than the store variant covers where we're complaining about 20 stores doing 2 or 3 covers.
It would
because
take,
because there's 1,000 or 2,000. If they were 1,000, nobody would buy them.
yeah,
But when you're limiting it to 5
or ones.
or 7.
I get it, but it's 1 of 1 in this set, and then this set has a 1 of 1 and 2 of 1.
Think of it as OA.
I get as the ratio decreases, it's higher, but let's just focus on the 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 1 in.
They're different looking in ways, just like they're the variants. Like look at the J. Scott Campbell Black Panther variant that's selling.
Is it purely the numbering too?
No, it's not just. You got to think of cards. Okay, so
I guess I've been watching, and I've seen so many cards release in so little time.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing with cards is for a long period of time, people would collect they would collect people that they like, and they would try and get all of them. They would try and get every single. I mean, like me, I'll be honest. Back in the late 90s when I was buying a bunch of stuff, I was collecting David Robinson. I wanted every single David Robinson card. I didn't care if it was an insert, subset, autograph, whatever. I wanted them all, every one of them. So I've got, 700 different David Robinson cards. Obviously, I can't get all the 1 of 1s because they're just 1 of 1s. And if somebody doesn't want to sell it, then you can't get it. But when they do come up, then basically I'm not the only one collecting David Robinson. There's other people out there that are trying to do the same thing. So it's kind of like if somebody wanted every single J. Scott Campbell cover out there, and there was one that was limited to 14, it would be exceptional and maybe autographed by Campbell from the factory.
Well, and think of this too. It would be like, and his 101 would be his original art covers, theoretically.
Yes.
I mean, if you thought in that realm, I mean, because I'm gonna tell you, 101s. I just talked about it on the Flipside channel. There's a Kawhi Leonard 101 Prism. Is it Illuminati or Flawless or whatever? Panini Flawless.
Flawless.
It's got the NBA logo patch on it, and it's signed by and it's in his Raptors jersey instead of where's he at now?
Because the Toronto fans
are the Clippers now.
He's with the Clippers now. So that card right now, they're said there's a $150,000 offer on that card right now.
Yeah, and you also have to look at it's the cost of the buy-in, it's the eye appeal of the card because all 1 of 1s are not the same.
And you're gambling.
I mean, there's some 1 of 1s that are just absolutely magnificent looking, and they will command a premium over a 1 of 1 printing plate because those look terrible. Correct. So
they look awful.
Yeah. So you've got a whole different. It's just when people are paying $2,000 for 1 box of cards that has 8 cards in it.
Yeah.
If you get a 1 of 1 out of that, it's going to be expensive just because of the buy-in.
Look at the Bowman Chrome, or look at that top StockX card I bought in. I mean,
yeah, I just.
But
me like I'm getting a 1 in 25, but there's 22, 25, 50 other 1 in 25 versions of that card. I get the best one. What says that one's more valuable than the other ones?
It's player. It's set. Yeah. I mean,
but even in a set, why is one worth more than another? They're all 1 of 25s.
You talking about like you mean like if it was a Jordan versus a Kawhi Leonard?
Oh no. Like,
are you saying like number 1 and number 2? So like, say it's the same Jordan 25, right? And there's 25 cards of all the Jordan number 1 through 25.
This is a Jordan to 25. Yeah. This is a Jordan to 25. This is Jordan to 25.
Again, it's
I watch it. There's a lot of 25s in these sets.
There are, and some are like I said, some have better eye appeal.
Yeah.
Some have. Some are signed, some are not signed.
The numbering doesn't matter because if you get a 23 out of 25 and it's Michael Jordan,
it could be like like that Jordan Green metal card. The product itself was cheap, but they were so ridiculously hard to get that you would have to open 500 cases to even get one green. I mean, it would be the odds were so astronomical to pull something like that nobody has them. So
I'm going to share my screen for a minute. So today,
William, about the same, I would imagine.
So I looked at this today. So basically, this is from 1998. It's a skybox. It's an EX, and
That's
it basically, it's a destination card. So it just says Ken Griffey Jr. destinations going to Cooperstown. It's like a luggage tag, kind of, right? And so this was 1 out of 720. And Ben, I don't know if this is right or not.
Wait, hold on, Dino. Not 1 out of 720 printed. You could only add. So this subset of insert cards, the average that you would pull one of these cards, it could be any player in that set, is 1 out of 720 packs.
Correct.
So that's just the whole subset. So that whole subset could be 50 cards. So the chance you're going to pull the Griffey Jr. is way more than that.
Oh, we lost him. But that's okay. When he comes back, it's okay. And then the other thing too is 1 in every 6.
He's here.
Yeah, no, he left. 1 in every 1 in every 6 cases. So think how much a case is back in the day, right? Ben?
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's the thing.
Because right now they have an Emmitt Smith on they have an Emmitt Smith. It's a PSA. I think it's a 10 maybe, and it's going for like $4.99. And this one actually has the string that came with it. I guess it came with a string too. So I saw it today.
I'll be honest, I don't even, and I was heavy into cards back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's when I had my store. I don't remember this subset or this insert set at all.
Ugly as shit.
EX. Yeah.
I bet you people wanted nothing to do with this set when it came out because it's so fucking ugly.
Yeah. I mean,
could you imagine if Griffey autoed the back of it or autoed it, how much crazy it would be because it's so rare?
Dude, that card's worth a lot of money even not being autoed, man.
Well, and that's the thing is, I mean, I would hope some dum doesn't go and get it autographed, but
ruin that card, yeah.
But
cards are much different animal when it comes to auto.
Yeah, but kind of what Z was asking before he fell off. It's just you just have to take what is out there. I really still I want to see comics do that. I want to see them. I want to see the major publishers do like what's his name does with Lady Death stuff, Polito.
Yes.
To where he pulls they pull in Jim Lee or something like that. DC have Jim Lee do a specific cover, not a sketch cover, not a
like a real painted cover or something.
Like just an actual variant cover that's numbered out of 49.
Yep.
I mean, with Batman or something like that on that. I mean, think how much that would go for.
They would sell too. Yeah, instantaneously.
Oh, I mean, just I really think that they could massively capitalize on that, but they won't listen to me.
No. Well, that's the thing too. He says there's so many cards coming out, but there's really only 3 players, right? Theoretically. I mean, there's Don Russ and there's other, but Panini, Topps, and Bowman, right?
No, Topps. Bowman owns Topps owns Bowman.
And then
Panini, Upper Deck, and Topps.
Yeah. So I mean that's it. I mean, and they gotta. It's not like they're gonna print one set the whole year. That's not. They don't make money that way. They gotta keep pumping out sets. I mean,
they do. I mean, they just it kind of just changed. Back in the 90s, there was all the companies had multiple sets, and what they did is they just took all their licenses away. So baseball, the only one that has license is Topps,
which is ridiculously stupid. They could have made so much better money off doing that.
But these other companies are making cards. They just don't have the major league license, or so they're like the Panini baseball. Where they airbrush out the team names and stuff like that. It's kind of lame, but yeah, I mean, they're making pretty much the same number of sets as all the companies combined did back then. It was just so confusing.
This is a great question.
Yes.
So Ben, what do you think? You were in both kind of. What do you think? You think it's cards? I would think it would be cards.
Yep, cards.
Yes, cards has a bigger. It has a bigger fan base. It has a wider fan base.
I would say more dedicated, right? Because most of the comics people who got back into it now is because of movies, right? I mean, let's be honest. It's not like it's.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. I mean, basically, kind of all of us. Well, other than Paul, all of us as kids collected cards. I mean, that was what we did back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, we just collected cards.
Yep, I was a '90s kid. I had binders, man. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Binders of shit I threw in the fire.
Yeah. And I had comics back then, but they were more. I wouldn't say more fringe, but it was just different back then. Now today, it has a lot to do with size. You can collect cards and take up less space in your house. And cards have the appeal of sports that are on every single day. Whatever sport, you're going to have one of the sports on every single day of the year. So you have that backing. There's not a new comic movie that only comes out once every 3 years or 3 months. So I mean, it's not as wide of an appeal as something sports related.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is like, especially when you go to cons, like we all go to cons, right? You buy half a short box of comics and you put it in a backpack, man. I mean, I could buy 4,000 cards and it'd be the equivalent, theoretically. I mean, right? I mean, I could buy 500 count little boxes and stack them in a backpack. And
I used to carry 5,000 count boxes to shows, and my back is probably still suffering today from doing that. I mean, now granted, they were easier to go through, and they were easier to store. I mean, I've still probably got, I don't know, 30, 40, 5,000 count boxes sitting in the storage. That I'd never sold off.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So my boy's looking for one. You got a Pujols auto, and do you have a Yanni Molina auto?
Oh, there's no. I definitely do not have. You talking about the Bowman Chrome Pujols?
No, just any.
Oh, just any Pujols.
Yeah.
I do not have one sitting on my desk. I can't say that I don't have one in storage somewhere, but
I know who has one. He's watching the show right now. Big Doc Joe out there's got one.
Oh, buddy.
But Ben,
yeah,
your average card guy, just your average Joe, doesn't own a store or whatever.
Yeah.
He opens a pack and does he throw out the cards that are crummy?
No.
I never threw out any card. I didn't care what product it was. I didn't care if it was 89 tops.
You could sell them for like what, even $1. I mean, you could, like, I'm going to this, like, I mean, a quarter, whatever. Who cares? I mean,
here's the thing, card people, and I took a big hiatus, kind of like what I did with comics as well. But there are set builders, and they just love building sets, and so I mean, I got into the habit of every time I opened a box of cards, I sorted all the cards. I put them in numerical order. I took them to shows. There was guys that would just sit there. They've got their checklists, and they would just sit there and they would go through and find the cards that they need to complete their sets, even if they were commons.
Dude, like this, dude.
I mean, they just do. They just love building sets. I don't know what the appeal is. I mean, I've got tons of sets, and I don't know why I built them, but it was just I just did. I mean, it was like you just felt like you were supposed to. It kind of has the same feel as what, for some reason, people want to have a Spawn complete set. I don't know why they don't want to do that with any other title, but Spawn and Spider-Man, it's like those two titles that everybody wants a complete run. And
they're in their heads, they're achievable. Not Spider-Man is not as much, but I mean, nobody can put a DC run together.
True, you have to go way back in the golden age, and every book is thousands of dollars. And
Spider-Man is not achievable now, but 15 years ago it used to be.
Even X-Men, right? X-Men's achievable theoretically.
I think they're all achievable. Marvel side.
Yeah, I think the Spider-Man thing just was too many minis, too many little things, too many subsets.
I guess
you start when you started collecting, right?
I wonder if that big lot is still on eBay. There's this huge Spider-Man, like all CGC, massive massive.
Well, it's a crazy price. I don't know. If you were going to collect a run, God, I don't know. In my head, when I got into collecting, I was going to collect a Captain Marvel Adventures run, the Golden Age one, 151 books.
That's not terrible.
I got like 6 in and went, oh, this is going to be terrible.
Look, you tried to collect that horrific run. Remember that?
Yeah, 13 books. I couldn't do it. I have now owned them. I have owned all 13, but not at once because I got so mad at myself.
You sold them off.
I got to 10 or 11. I got to 11, and I saw that the number 3 was going to be too expensive to get, and there was one more I didn't get, and then I got a beat up 3 with half a cover, and I was so excited, and then I realized I just sold my number 2 and my number 4, and then I just gave up. So I own nothing except 2 number 1s and a number 11 maybe.
That's something
So,
I would do.
I got a question for you, Z. So I know that you're I think you're kind of a little angry because you put some money into the cards and just totally got screwed, right? Is that kind of a little bit true? You're kind of a little bit shy to get in on anything else.
It's not that. I just start doing the math. It's like the raffles and razzes to me. I do not appear to be a lucky soul. I never got ahead on those. And in cards, my same things. Like, man, let's say $100 box. It's going to take $1,000 hit for every 5 boxes to feel good.
So what if we found something that is just fun to open?
Well, that I'm okay with. I was doing the modern sports cards, and I'm just like, I'm $500 or $600 in, and I don't have anything that I am even remotely enthusiastic about.
Well, are you trying to make money on it, or are you just trying to collect? I guess that's the thing. If you're trying to make money,
if I got a card that I was happy about, I would be at least enthusiastic. It's just.
What do you mean by happy? I guess like happy.
A player I enjoy, a ratio I enjoy of a player. I don't get any of that. Like Sean busted open his NFL Black, and he got a ton of Raiders. He was happy.
I don't know how rare that is to what Sean happened.
No, but I haven't opened anything that I have even that I could break even on if I tried.
So
let alone a player that I was happy to get.
I like that, Matt. That's a great. What does Z do for a living? Matt goes, he's a sneaker pimp.
I wish. So it's a gambling to me, and while I love to gamble, I have terrible luck at it.
Hey,
Ozzy will attest. The gene is not in us. We just do not have good luck in this, and I think sometimes I've just figured it out because I dumped so much money in raffles and razzes over the years that I just lost.
I was the same way, Z. Now Ozzy won his fair share of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I was the same way, and I still am in general with cards. I kind of did the same thing with cards as I do in comics. Is I kind of make my own luck and know what.
Ozzy says he's way luckier. He points out.
Oh, definitely. But I kind of made my own way and figured out where I could buy things cheap, and then kind of be ahead of the game.
Especially when you get a box that has like guaranteed auto in it or a guaranteed relic. I mean, it's not guaranteed you're going to get a guy, but at least you guarantee yourself you're going to get something.
Hey, I never pulled anything big like that. Like some of those pulls, never, ever.
I'm not against sports cards. I just don't think I have the luck to be happy with it.
The biggest pull that I've ever pulled, I pulled the other night in that Vladdy Jr. 1 in 25 auto. That's the biggest pull I think I've ever pulled.
I mean, I just got back into it and I pulled. I guess I would say stuff. So like in that last break, I pulled a gold Nick Senzel, which I PC, which is kind of shitty, but that was a $20 card that paid for the box if I sell that card. I mean,
but it's a sweet card because you PC'd him, right? And what's your chances of pulling the guy that you PC? That's why Big Leg was so lucky. Like,
no, it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
but he's lucky in general. I mean,
But
I guess that's what it is.
I will say this, Z. I made my money kind of the same way a lot of people make their money in comics. You
grind it out.
You grind it out, but you know what the grades are. You buy them raw, you grade them, and then sell them as tens.
Well, which is why I don't love the pack buying. I think is the issue. That's
the fun part. That's the only problem.
It is fun. I spent a lot of money on Raz's raffles,
but
opening
stuff. You can buy graded cards. You just buy.
And I don't have the luck. I am not that guy.
Then I mean that's fine. Then you would be like the guys we talk about who I met in North Carolina this year. Guy who had a lot of money, and he just buys books, old books. Let's be honest, like giant size X-Men 1 and like 9.4s and 9.6s and higher, because he doesn't want to deal with the grading and the whole like, oh, grading's this and that, and I don't want to have to worry about things. If you can be that guy in cards. Hey, if you want a Bo Jackson rookie on a 10, who cares?
I think that's where I'd rather play. If I'm going to drop $600 on packs, boxes, whatever I buy, I should have just bought the card I want.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean, and no one hates you for that. Like hell, I bought a cigarette pack or something, dude. Like who cares? And I bought this fucking, I bought a card, and I was like, hey, I'm happy with it.
I think that's where I'm just the pack opening. While I enjoy it, and if you were to buy the football pack we've talked about a few times, I'd probably throw money in it. But
yeah,
I am not going to be the guy that gets the card.
I mean, here, if you want a cool card, I'll give you a Wilson Contreras card that's worth like $10.
Hey Z, I just got a text from an old card buddy of mine that I used to set up at shows, national shows and stuff like that, and he just bought a Hank Aaron, a rookie, a lower grade raw, and he's going to send it in. And he's like, I'll be happy if it comes back a 4, but I'll be super happy. But so he spent like $400 or something like that and got him a Hank Aaron rookie. So if you're looking to spend a little bit of money, you can get like an all-time grade at a lower grade.
Yeah.
And be really I would be really happy with that card.
No, I think that's maybe if I get back into cards, I'm just going to buy the people I want and not play the gambling game. It's just not my thing.
I mean, like Jordan.
But that is why cards are thriving though, because they made legal gambling legal before illegal gambling was legal.
But here's another aspect, like Matt King brings up the old school Billy Ripken card. Like, there's also the just like there's in comics with cards, and like Ben was talking about earlier, player collecting. There is niche collecting within cards that is just as crazy as there is in comics.
Oh yeah, my cousin, he's in the '90s inserts, man.
Yeah.
Crazy hologram 90s inserts, man. It's what he loves.
Good Lord. I swear I've probably got a 5,000 count box full of them.
Hated it.
He'll buy them. He'll buy them, dude.
I've got all the 90s stuff. I've got just crazy amounts of that.
If you got next time you're down there, man, take a pic of it.
Lord, I want to go. Honestly, I do want to go through it. I know I've got like a couple 5,000 count of where it's all top loaded cards. So they were hot then 20 years ago or 15 years ago. I have no idea what's in there. No clue.
I should come down with you and just go through them. You get some education too.
But I've got a bunch of non-card stuff as well. I mean, I had a store. So, I mean, I've got like memorabilia stuff and sitting around. I know I saw here. I think I might even have it around here somewhere. But I used to collect old. Do you remember like when there's newspapers around? But there was what they sent around to the newspapers were AP wire photos.
Yep.
Yes.
I've got tons of those. I've got a couple of them autographed and stuff by some of the. But yeah, those are really cool.
Look at this is a great. I'm glad you have that up there. That comment from William Hewell is an amazing comment. That might be our winner tonight because it's a perfect example of what it's like in collecting, that you just collect what you like and what you enjoy. Here he is talking about getting old Joe Cool and stuff, matchbooks, anything. It's being a collector. There's something about being a collector that just it's weird. It's like almost like an addiction with like a drug addiction. Like you get high off of those things that and people collect some of the weirdest stuff. And I think that we're, especially as our society, we're kind of taught to collect, right? I mean, that's something that we all have, that we're it almost like passed down. Like you grow up and somebody always collects something that you know in your family. Somebody's always collected something. So I love that especially about cards, of course, comics, everything. That's why we're doing that's why we do this show, is because we love to collect stuff. We also love to make money on it, but the reason that we make money on it is also because we want to take that money and collect and buy other things to collect. Right?
And see, it's like the Raz base, man. How much did you blow in Raz losing in Raz's? Probably more than
I was let's just say I was one of the top 5 spenders and not in the top 20 winners.
Well, I mean, the thing too is, like, I bet you, and maybe Ben and Brian can talk about this a little bit. I bet you if you took $1,000, set it aside, and did buy packs, you could actually. There's a big Reddit thread on this too. If you had because some guy was complaining about the same thing. He spent $2,000 and got nothing out of it, theoretically. But again, what was he buying? He was looking for a Griffey Jr. rookie, and it's like, when you're buying junk wax, what are you gonna really pull out of that? I mean, besides the one card you're wanting. Yeah. So you could have spent $2,000 in a different set of ways and definitely got better things. Like you could have bought a Bowman Chrome case, right, or something of that, or whatever.
If you're trying to spend $1,000 and get a Griffey rookie, you're better off just to buy a PSA 10,
right?
And it's already done.
Yeah.
I mean, just pay the cash and just buy it.
Because
the reason you try to get one out of the pack is because you remember the chase as a kid trying to pull that.
But what happens when you finally do one and the corner's fucked or something like that, right?
Well, or even something that's completely out of your control, like that '89 Upper Deck Griffey. The hologram was chipped. Yeah, that was the big issue with that card. So you couldn't do it. That was from the factory. And they're not like comic graders that are like, oh, that's a factory error. Everybody gets a 10. Nope, that doesn't happen in cards.
No, but I will say this, and Ben, you might remember this. Back in the day, if you got a card from Upper Deck that was factory messed up, you could take that card, send it to Upper Deck, and they would send you back another card, that same card. It might take a while.
They'll still do that. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you, at least as far as I know, they still do that. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's bad, if it's really bad, yeah, they'll send you a replacement. Yeah. Kelvin Jackson asked if I had any team pennants from my store. Maybe. I know I've got posters and art prints and stuff like that. And I found I was looking for something and found a bunch of old mini helmets that were signed by guys like I think one of them was Rashawn Salam, and dude is dead. I mean,
yeah, I'd say that could be a big,
but I mean, it was stuff like that. I mean, so that's the age we're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this Vladimir Konstantinov PSA 10 certified signed. I showed it the McClay. It's $61 right now. I'm looking at the Steve Eiserman. They got a Gordie Howe signed card for like $80 right now.
You can get Gordie Howe signed cards. That still blows me away that you can get Gordie Howe signed cards for cheap, because
I know,
man, that guy, like
compared to Gretzky rookies and stuff like that. I mean, I don't, Gordie Howe rookies, right?
Gretzky autos go for a shit ton, and Gordie Howe is just like, if Gordie Howe's like
1-1
below Gretzky is the greatest hockey player to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Well, probably because he played a lot later and he needed the money to sign cards. No. It's probably much like Pete Rose. If Pete Rose signs a lot of cards, this is how he makes money.
Yeah, but Pete Rose was also banned from baseball, man. Gordie Howe wasn't banned from hockey.
He played in hockey when there was less money.
Yeah, but he was still able to make money off of hockey after he retired, right?
Not the same as Gretzky, though.
No, but more than Pete Rose. I mean, I guarantee he made his living off of hockey afterwards.
I'm just saying. I'm sure he did, but I am betting his autograph potential, the number of signings he did is higher. You're right. You're right, for sure. And I'm sure there's some age of baseball players post they died early, they figured out they could make a shit ton of money, that they signed a lot of cards.
Well, like Hulk Hogan, right? Let's be honest. Hulk Hogan's the biggest example. Like Hogan's probably like Gretzky, like you have Ric Flair, you have all these like legends. Hulk Hogan's
I
probably
mean,
like,
Ric Flair was just an icon, and he did not have as much of a line as he should have.
yeah, true. But Hulk Hogan so devalued his signature because he signed so much stuff.
Like
that,
Stan Lee.
Yeah, Stan Lee. I mean, even though he died, and now every Stan Lee auto, even if it's not a shitty book, $1 book is $500 somehow, which I don't understand. But you know,
that's why I collect the truly rare Frank Frazetta.
Yes.
We're in 100 SS books. That's it.
Well, Nick Cardy too, right?
Cardy is on no number, not a lot, but Frank Frazetta, two private signings is all he did, 50 and 50, give or take a couple. You get one of those, you know damn well there aren't many.
Well, I got a question for you guys. Is there anybody out there other than the two you just said that you're trying to find autos from that are just like are super hard to find autos that you wouldn't think or like people don't think of? Like for me, there's a guy. He did the Green Lantern Will World book, and I'm spacing on his name right now because I'm an idiot. Nick. Let me see here, and he passed away. If you Dino,
Turner would be a good one.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh no,
Michael Turner did not do a ton of SS.
He did a lot of signed stuff though.
Nick
I'm not talking about.
Well,
What?
Turner did a lot of like COA.
Nick Fisher is his name, I believe.
Oh.
Nick Fisher, amazing artist. He did Batman Cold. He did Green Lantern Real World. He did Fantastic Four Japan. Amazing artist, crazy like Jeff Darrow style art, really intricate. But I think he passed away super early, and I think it might have been maybe I'm gonna say drugs, but I don't know if it was drugs. But he was I can't find a single signed book from him, and he was recent.
I'm still gonna go Turner because there's a lot of Turner signed stuff, but very little like yellow label.
Yes.
Is
there any yellow label for Turner? Did he die before were doing the yellow label?
I don't think so. He died. I think there's yellow label, not a lot.
He died like right at during the same time as God. When did he die? He died like around Superman Batman era, right after that era.
Well, there's definitely the Superman Batman. There's five yellow label or 3 or something, some ridiculous number of those. Doc Joe knows. Doc Joe, how many yellow label Batman Superman Germans are there?
Oh wow.
There's a couple. I think there's some. I don't think there's a lot. I think there's some.
He was about to tell you. It sounds like.
You can't. I don't think you can find it. I have a Turner. His first professional work, just autographed. No CGC or anything. No COA.
Horse number 6.
I'll share it. I'll share this here for your Frazetta. You can blow your load on this one. Here you go. Little 9.0 Frazetta, one in the world, 18,000.
That book has been on sale pretty much forever and never sells because the guy keeps raising the price.
Do you blame him though?
No, I don't. My Frazetta signature is one of the last I'm going to sell in my collection.
Okay, so I know he raises up. What would be a comfortable number for you, Z? What do you think? $9,000?
That cover is not a premium cover. I have seen some of the
no back picture too for 18,000. No back picture.
We don't care. But some of the famous funnies run.
Yeah, famous funnies, yeah.
I've seen them sell. For a while ago, it was 3 or 4. I'm betting it's trending more towards 7 or 8. There's a Vampirella 8.5 I missed 2 years ago for 4.
Oh,
so I that's a crazy number. Michael Turner's an interesting one because you're probably right. Mine's the one I have that I thought was his first art, or maybe it's his first cover. Is Stormwatch 14.
No, his first. I thought it was Cyber Force 6 or something like that was his first work, but you might be right. Maybe it was his first cover, is what you're thinking of, but we might be
his first cover.
Yeah.
Other artists that are tough. The issue is some of these old artists have come back, like Alan Bellman, who was from the Golden Age, has done the con circuit now. Showcase 22. Is it not Giraldi? What the hell is his name?
I'll do it.
Showcase 22's cover artist has come back in the circuit. Some of these guys have come back where they weren't in the circuit here. I mean, obviously Ditko is impossible. Kirby's impossible.
Do you really have to have, like, as a Turner, do you really have to have it be a yellow label?
No, but it would, in a couple books, it would be amazing. Like
you talk about Gil Kane?
Gil Kane, thank you.
Yep. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean,
no, not Gil Kane, not Gil Kane, not Gil Kane. The other guy.
Galletto?
Galetto's back on the circuit.
So
I mean, I'm thinking like in cards, because card it's a different animal. You don't really want.
If you can get any Ditko or any Kirby, take it.
But
somebody was trying to sell a Ditko to us at Comic Con. Remember, a guy wanted like 40,000 for it. I was like,
But see, like in cards, you can get it. You can send it to PSA and just get it authenticated, and you're all good. So I've yet to figure out why people hate the CBCS red label when they authenticate the signature, and why they're so hung up on this yellow label thing.
It depends on the artist, because Kirby's sell at a premium. Kirby's sell. I just can't even see many examples of Ditko. Not to say there's none, but that guy stopped signing so early in the process because he was such a hermit. Anything you get Ditko is take it.
Yes.
Kirby, I'm not sure there are yellow labels.
No,
If there are, they're all kind of questionable.
He was dead way before yellow labels, man.
So everybody will take those. I've missed on a few, and I'm so sad about it. Even, just raw signatures that I would pay a pretty good number just to gamble on. Heartless Art says he has 15 signed books. Turner.
Yeah. He signed a ton of books, but most of them are raw. So your Turner
signed some graded books, not a lot.
Your Turner first work is Cyberforce #9. He did pencils and collaborated on the cover. His very first cover, this is kind of weird, was the Witchblade #1 Germany cover. That's like considered his first solo work without collaboration. But like US solo is the Aria #1 is what they're saying. Area #1.
What's the Cyberforce 9? Can you pull an image for me?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm confused. I thought it was a storm.
I think that's the one with it's like a cover.
That's the one I have. That's the one I have.
Okay.
I am just wrong on the book.
Yes.
Cyberforce 9.
So one of the ones, though, that I just recently found that's kind of crazy, and I don't know how true it is. This is kind of like one of those things that people don't know. They're not sure. But I want to throw this out there, and the reason I'm saying this is because no, it's from the first run. It's that one. Move up, left.
Yeah, I'm young Jamie. This one?
Try that right there. That's it right there.
I wish the cover was. Oh, this one maybe. Oh, that's on the second series.
There you go. No, that's his first work. The other one is his. Anyways,
what's the one with the hand? What is that?
Yeah, that's I think.
I put Cyberforce 9.
Yeah, that's the one right there, Dino. That's his first work.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it that I have? It's the Gauntlet
first cover. You might be right. It might be his first cover, and then the ones I found are not considered his. I think it's Cyberforce #14.
You know what I'm talking about? 14.
Yeah.
His first cover or something.
Yeah, I'll eventually find it. Yeah, it's not that. It's like just a cover of a hand.
Yeah. I picked that up at a random auction for like $3, and I'm like, I will take an early Turner signed. Thank you for $3.
Yeah. So anyways, here's one for you. Bruce Timm. So they're saying
Bruce Timm's tough.
Yeah, Bruce Timm's tough, right? So his early work, of course, you have the Crossfire #8 where he was a colorist on it. He did X Mutants #6 where he did cover assisting on it. And this all comes from I have a list that I've made of like over the years I've done research on all this stuff because this is what I collect is like creator first. But one of the things that I heard is that Bruce Timm's very first comic work of any type, was from those old school mini comics that you used to get in the He-Man Master of the Universe figures. Snake Attack, it's called, and it's a lot of people think that is his very first work, that he did the cover art for that. So a lot of people aren't totally sure, but he also did Amazing Heroes number 21. He did interior art in that, so which was a fanzine. But how cool would that be if that was his Bruce Timm's very first any comic work was the cover art of Snake Attack from the Masters of the Universe figure line. That would be cool. So we gotta ask Sean about that and see if he's heard anything about that.
I'm trying to think the other great artist. You just don't see many SIGs. Cardi's not rare.
Alan Moore. Does Alan Moore count?
Alan Moore, you don't see very many SIGs on anything DC or Marvel. You'll see him on stuff from Awesome, right? Awesome Entertainment.
Or is he the Crossed?
Yeah, CrossGen.
Or is that Gaiman?
No, I think he did stuff on CrossGen too.
Oh, no, wasn't that who did the Cross 100?
I don't know.
Was that Moore? Yeah, right. The Cross 100 leather edition.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's done some independents where he made a deal. I think Gaiman's a pretty tough SIG.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I think
if you find yourself an Alan Moore Watchman, it's ridiculous.
Alan Moore does not sign anything Watchmen. It's very hard to sign his Swamp Thing stuff too. I mean, he only signed it before he had the falling out.
Yeah, which is not many.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Some of these people, like, if you can find X book with X SIG, it's exponentially crazy.
Yes. Yeah. So your Michael Turner book that you were talking about?
Yes.
Does it sound like Cyberforce? Let's see here. Cyberforce number, I think it was, hold on here.
12 or 14.
I think it's Cyberforce number 12. Cyberforce Origins is codename Strike Force number 14.
Thank you. It's 14.
Codename Strike Force number 14.
Is there something about that or no? Or am I just misinformed? He's listed as cover artist on that, so a lot of people say that's his first cover art.
So
but you're saying there's something that predates that?
Yes, that's what people are. That's what people are. Some people have said, and from what I've found, a lot of people are saying that the Aria number 1 is his first cover. But I think this might be his first cover. I think that you're right. Here it is. That's it.
Yes, that's definitely the one I bought. At some point, it was considered a first cover.
Yeah, he actually, you can see he's actually on here as he collaborated on the other covers. This might be his first solo cover.
I could buy that.
Okay.
I don't know. I picked it up for nothing, so I don't care. It was just a Turner? Nice.
Yeah. So talking about rare and hard SIGs and going back to Ben S's Red Label. So here we go. Hard to find signatures. Here's an LB Cole.
Oh God.
That would be awesome.
LB Cole. Yeah.
Signed on the first page. I'm trying. Here,
I'm sure there's a handful of those kind of things, but goddamn, not many.
So that's a sign on our first page. Boris Vallejo.
I love when they're signed on the first page like that, man.
That's a Boris Vallejo cover. I don't even know what that is.
The only problem with the ones that are signed on the front page is once you slab them,
you can't see them.
What's the point?
Yeah, but who, it's signed.
There's a Turner SIG.
Well, I told you guys, I showed it a few months ago. I bought a Cardi Red Label only because I love the Cardi stuff, and it was a Aquaman 1, which was not his cover; it was his interiors.
Yeah,
look, Turner books, Turner.
Go back up, Dino.
Sorry.
So this is the one I was talking about last week. Go up, keep going, right there. That one, that Wizard Ace edition, you can find that one signed because it signed a bunch of them, and they sold it. And that is one of my favorite all-time covers by Michael Turner, and it's the Ace edition of Witchblade number 1. And he only did that image for that cover.
I'm just hold on. There's a lot. Somebody loves Turner, I guess.
Yeah, I mean
Turner's tough. He's one. If you pick a modern artist, he's tough.
He signed a lot of books, but not many got graded, right?
This is a I can't see. Sam De La Rosa and Campbell.
Why would Campbell sign that? So dumb.
Stan Lee, Angel Herbert.
Wow, that's cool.
That's actually interesting.
That's very cool.
The
right there.
Batman Imagine If. That's. I actually missed the original art for that. Just sold on Comic Connect. The design piece.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to buy that.
This is Chuck Dixon and Dick Giordano.
That's signed. Those guys signed a lot.
Giordano's.
What's that? Is that Alan Moore?
Yeah. Hold on. I can't. It's hard to see it. Yeah, this is Alan Moore signed on the. It looks like the inside cover, maybe.
That's a tough book on the Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
Yep, that's an Alan Moore. My copy is signed by everyone but him. That's funny.
So, a quick book that was mentioned in the chat was Kibby was talking about Miracle Man.
Yeah.
The
The Miracle Man special edition. What the fuck is that called?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are tough. KB, those are tough, my friend. I have been on a few and never get it.
There's a 9/9 NemoCon or Nino.
Yeah, but that's the thing is Alan Moore has signed some stuff modern.
Yeah.
He's done a few deals. That Miracle Man book is a great book if you can score it.
Oh, here we go. Captain Marvel, C.C. Beck.
Oh God, Jimmy knew that book. Jimmy showed me that book.
Yep.
I wonder if that is Jimmy.
I don't think so, but that's
Look at that I Lucifer. Wow.
Yep, this is a by Drew Hayes.
That's cool.
So that's
I love
another
books like that. I love those books, those old school independent books.
Harlan Ellison.
Oh wow,
that's a great book.
that guy took his life very early. That guy, wow.
So I mean, there's a see, he pretty much retired from convention. We used to hang out and visit sometime, blah blah blah. So you know, this guy's known him from '72, I guess.
Well, he blew his head off.
He went to Texas A&M and he signed a book for him.
Yeah, the dude blew his
head. There's a handful of artists that are just like, oh God, you'll never get them.
I mean, let's be honest. My boy Robert Hack, he's not rolling on a convention circuit, and he doesn't.
No, but he's got some years left. Who knows?
Yeah, I know. But
well, what about Wilkins, right? And Scott, does Wilkins go to conventions very often?
he goes to that He-Man con that Sean goes to every year.
Yeah, he's a little rarer than most.
Yeah,
look at that. There you go.
The Frazetta, I mean, I'm telling you what, if I can get a famous funnies Frazetta, I would be done. I'd be spent, and that's the last book I'd probably buy.
Okay, that's another quick one. What's the one book that if you guys could own, you would quit? That would be like your quit collecting.
At any grade or just like?
I think I know. I already know Paul's. Right?
Yeah, my super World's My Oyster Grail book would probably be, the TMNT #1 first print signed and maybe a little sketch by Peter Laird. And
I don't even think I'd want to. I just want that fucker perfect.
I want it signed. Just think it'd be cool.
You'd want to say Paul's Problems, bitches. Let's just derail the value right there.
I'd take it personalized. I don't care.
But you would cut a hole in the slab and have it personalized after it was a 9/8 blue.
That's a good question that we should talk about. We just think about that and do that on the next show.
But I think it's. I mean, if the world is my oyster, but I'd still want that 9/8 third print.
There is two books that come to mind. I think there's a 9/6 Vampirella 1 Frank Frazetta. And Tally Ho #1, 9/4, 9/6 SS Frazetta. Those two. I'm going single book, not single issue, single thing. Those two books to me are like his best cover and his first book.
Do you have any? Did you still have your second Tally Ho, or did you already sell that?
I let the 5/5 go, regrettably.
Yeah, that's a book that I always look for every once in a while.
Yeah, there's only a few up for sale, and they're pretty high right now. But they're not valuable. They're not. It is amazing how unvaluable it is.
Yeah,
but I never sell that book unless I've upgraded.
Wow. All right. Well, yeah, guys, we're getting closer to episode 100, so we got to start thinking of what we're going to do. We probably ought to do some cool stuff up for the lead up of that episode too. One of the things that we're talking more and more about on the show, obviously, is the cards. And I've got something kind of cool that I'm going to do for episode 100 that I'll kind of on the lead up to the show. And that is, I ended up buying. So I've told the story many times already because I didn't get the bid in fast enough on my Bowman Chrome X case that Dino won. He won a box at 50. I ended up putting a bid in for like a case for like $675, and luckily, not as a blessing in disguise, I didn't get it. It for some reason didn't take, and I was super angry about it. There's your Bowman Chrome X card that you pulled.
Yep, Herbert Ruiz.
And I actually heard a guy talking about him the other day being one of the top catching prospects in the league.
It's not even a PSA 10; it's a 9.
Yeah. So because I didn't win that case, I ended up going out and buying a bunch of the Bowman mega boxes from Target that sold out so quickly. And opening one of those is where I pulled the Vladdy Jr. Both Vladdy Jr. autos that I've gotten came out of those Bowman mega boxes. So I still have a bunch of those. As a matter of fact, I have 30 of them. Here's 26 of them. And I am going to open all of them in one go, I think, in one video. And so be looking out for that. Are
you going to sell off pack breaks on that? Or open this all for yourself?
I think I'm going to do it all for myself. That's what I think I'm going to do, just because I really have a lot of fun opening this stuff.
Can I buy one box off you if we do the break together?
Yes, you can, brother.
How many targets did you have to hit up for those?
Well, here's the worst part. You can't find these in Targets anymore. They were in Targets in May, around May, and they just sold. People went because the stuff that you could get out of these, they were loaded in those extra 2 packs, and so people were buying these like crazy. And so like they were buying them at Target for $20 a box from Target, and then instantly putting them up on eBay for 40 and 50 or more, and they were selling them. So people just bought them out. So like at the time when they came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but I talked about it on the show. I was going around to all the Targets in the Valley looking for them, and I found about 15 or 20. I looked for about a month and I only found about 15 or 20. I pulled that one Vladdy Jr. numbered out of 99 out of there. So what I did for these is I had to go on the secondary market and find them. So there was a bunch of people on eBay that had them like buy it now or best offer. And they were anywhere from like $40 to $50 a box. And I just offered a bunch of people $33 a box. And a bunch of people said, yeah, I'll take them. So I paid $13 more a box. But I really think it was worth it. I'm glad I did it because I pulled that Vladdy Jr. number to 25 that, from what I can tell, is at least a $1,200 card, if not higher, much higher.
You know what? I'll even be a champ, and I'll buy one from you for $35, so you can ship the cards for me for $2.
There you go. So yeah, so there's those. So that will be one of our videos coming up to a lead up, and then of course I'm sure we're gonna have some really cool stuff coming back from CGC. At that time, I know if I remember correctly, Ben, you've got some stuff you're sending out to CGC hopefully soon.
Yeah, actually, my CGC order, I just got renewed on I forgot that it was the yearly renewal time, so
you got free.
Yeah. So, now I've got $150 credit. So yeah, I've got a stack of books I've got to send in ASAP, like yesterday.
I got some packs too. So I just bought 2 new packs that I haven't even bought yet, but I'm picking up this weekend. So I'll have that. What else do we got?
Did you win those ones from the dude?
Yeah, 65 a piece.
Woo! Nice. You shouldn't say what it is yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some really cool stuff coming up. I think we each got some, maybe hopefully some ideas that we can do for lead up to episode 100, but we kind of haven't figured out what we're going to do for episode 100.
I'll give away. How about this? On episode 100, I'll throw all these in here for episode 100 for some lucky winner. Oh, they can have them all. For 100, we'll have them all. I don't care.
Yep. We'll have some really cool giveaways for episode 100 also, like Dino's saying.
I'll rip through some cards too. We'll see. I got cards here. I got comics we can do. Maybe I'll even throw an X-Men 266 in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can get crazy on this. So,
man, I think I'm just gonna watch so Dino can give me some free stuff.
I know. I'm a very terrible guy. I do have a Macho Man Randy Savage pop that's like $150 right now.
Jeez, sell that fucker.
I know, right?
Yikes!
I even show it to you boys real quick before we end the show. Let's see what we got here.
Dino, you're starting to sound crazy. You're starting to sound like Kyle, my homie Kyle from Absolute Geek, giving away these crazy damn books.
Man, we'll see.
Dino's gonna give away that $1,000 belt too.
Well, you don't want to see the Hulk Hogan strap, bro. You don't want to see that. I got the Hulk Hogan strap too. I can show it off. I got it over there.
But we also got some cool shows that are new that are coming out, so keep your eyes open on that. I know Z's sitting back there nice and quiet, so either that or his feed is frozen up again.
Oh, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna try and get my shit live before I promote it.
Yeah, so we got some good stuff coming, guys. Anybody got anything else for the night?
I want everybody to stay on after the show, at least on the channel here. Well, I'll show you the Hogan strap. I don't want to show it live.
Brian, you have any Gretzky updates?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask this. I saw it. I do. I have, like I said, I have $1,000. I finally put $1,000 aside for it.
Nice.
And I got a bunch of cards that I'm putting on this weekend, and all those cards, the money of those cards are going straight into that Gretzky. They're going to be put into that Gretzky fund. So I'm hoping that by this time next week, I'll have around $2,000 for that Gretzky fund. And my plan is to have the Gretzky. I'm hoping to have the Gretzky by New Year.
Sell that Guerrero Jr., baby, 1,200.
It is. That's going up, man. So, but I'm contemplating. This is another thing. Like I know that some of the people just can't stand talking about cards, and I get that. But I would love to talk to some people. Maybe we need to get something going. You know, I want to get something going with the collectible guys. I want to pull some knowledge out. We can only pull so much knowledge out of Stein's brain before we just suck him dry, and that is with the PSA grading stuff. Like, should I grade that Guerrero or should I just sell it?
If it's a 10, grade it. If it's not a 10, sell it.
I think it's a 10. I think it's spot on for 10. I can't find a flaw with it. So
see, that's my problem. I'm from comics, and I wasn't the greatest comic book grader, but when it comes to cards, man, I'm like off centering and all this crap. I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
it's well, you need other tools. You can't just rely strictly on your naked eye on cards.
Yeah,
I have a jeweler, a little jeweler thing too.
Yeah, I mean, I would. They sell some with magnifying with lights. I
had that. Yep.
I would get that.
I had that
rather than necessarily just a loop. But yeah, I mean, you can. They've got like centering cards where you can kind of overlay it, and you can tell what the if it's 60-40, 55-45, you can tell that.
And I think Heartless just found our Paul's problem for episode 100. I'll just let that sit there. Here's Paul's problem for episode 100.
Burn my house down.
Burn my house down.
Yeah. Big shout out to Heartless. Another thing that we need to do is we got to get Heartless to come on and tell us, not to come on, but we got to get Heartless to figure out a good Magic the Gathering type box to open one of these days on table breaks. So start thinking about that, brother. Give us some good ideas that isn't too crazy that we might be able to make a little extra side scratch off of them after we open it. And,
you could be the first big hitter on the Flipside breaks if you get back on the cards and buy something. You could happen.
I could.
Yet.
I'm not hard to tempt.
I know. That's the why we do it. Well, you know what? I really want Paul to find some of those holiday boxes because I think Paul would have a shit ton of fun to find those damn holiday boxes.
I went to my Myers. They had 4 boxes. I was like, I'll just go buy them for Paul and send them to him. I don't really care. And I went back and they were gone. Gone.
You said Walgreens too?
Walgreens, Myers, Walmart, Target. I don't know what else is around you. Maybe your local card store. Does your comic store have cards?
No, I don't even know if we have a card shop around here, to be honest with you.
I mean, it is Ohio. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are just in for it because I'm going to have to show you every card. I don't know.
That doesn't matter. I mean, I show every card too. Have you not watched the breaks? I'm like, I go through every card. I'm like,
here's Dino. He goes, Daniel Carlson.
Yeah, if I can even pronounce the names.
This guy.
Yeah, I'm going to say this guy.
I have no idea.
He does.
I love it though. That's what makes it fun, man.
If I find something, I'll box break it with you. It's all good.
Oh, Heartless was ripping cards in half. It was awesome. So.
And perfect timing, Chris, in your comment here. What's the best deal in sending cards to be graded? Wait for a show or send in a bundle of 50. That's a great question that we're trying to figure out, but we are going to do within the group, of everybody here, that's associated with the show and our CBSI brothers. We're trying to put together a group sub. So we'll be looking into the best way to do some group subs through PSA, and hopefully Stein can help us with that a little bit too. But I think you were the last one to send any cards in to get graded, right, Stein? You did that for those Jordan rookies about a year back.
Yeah, I sent those in for somebody else. Yeah, I mean that was the last order that I sent in. But yeah, you can get deals for sending bulk orders, and they have deals from time to time for sending 100 cards, get them for $6 a card or whatever.
And there's a good friend from Heartless. Paul, just crack open a box of TMT cards in Star Trek. They have them topped.
You can get autos in those, man.
Yeah.
Card auto. Data auto.
I'll have to look into it.
All right, guys. Other than that, make sure you guys, like and subscribe, comment, let us know, check out the new stuff. And before we go, make sure you guys go and check out comicbookinvest.com. Get yourself some cool variants. Some of the ones we showed on the show tonight are available over there, and including this badass Folklords #1 cover, limited to 500 copies. You can also get a variant bundle that includes a couple other cool variants from this #1 issue. This is a hot book right now. A lot of people are talking about this book, not just this cover, but this series in general. And we do have one to give out tonight, and I kind of think it's obvious to who we give it out to. He made a really cool comment that I talked about earlier. Let me go ahead and find this. See here if we can find it. And basically, you guys, that's kind of how we give out the cards on the show. Let's see here. And that is William Huell made this cool comment just about why we collect and how collecting is cool on whatever you collect. So big shout out to him. If you want to score that Folklords book for free, just get in contact with us. Contact us at cbsiflipside@gmail.com. Send us your address and where you want us to send it. Tell us the book that you won, what episode, that type of thing. And we will get that book out to you for free, my friend. We really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Cool.
So everybody, thank you again, and we'll catch you next week.
Deuces.